If you have already gotten started on your fertility journey or you're thinking about getting pregnant, you're probably well aware that all around you, as well as in your own mind, there are countless stories and beliefs that are circulating. Whether it's something that you're reading on Instagram or stories from your sisters or friends, everyone has their own unique fertility journey. And for better or for worse, a lot of the challenge or frustration or fear-based stories tend to circulate at a much greater volume and higher speed. So if you're, again, just kind of getting started, it's an opportunity to pause and to look at what your inputs are and what beliefs you're currently holding. Are you showing up to this experience, this process, with a belief that fertility is something that can be controlled? And if you don't get pregnant at a certain timeline or in a certain way, then there's something wrong with you? Or are you showing up with the belief that the fertility journey is one that is not just physical, but spiritual? And your openness and ability to trust and surrender is an essential part? Or is it something else entirely different? The fear can lead to a lot of congestion in the body and within the context of a relationship, if you have a partner that you are on this journey together with. So what I wanted to bring forward today is the power of communication and boundary setting on this journey. It can be extremely supportive to hear stories from other people, or for other people to ask questions like, oh, are you trying for a baby? Or, oh, are you thinking about having another baby? And it can also feel like a lot of pressure, especially when it's relatives who are bombarding you with questions about where their grandchildren are. It can be helpful to really sit with what feels good for you in terms of the information that you're getting in and the information that you're sharing, and then kind of pre-prepare some responses accordingly. So if you're someone that really appreciates more information, it makes you feel supported, it feels helpful to you, bringing that out and perhaps telling friends that you feel safe with or people in your life that you trust, hey, I'm starting on this journey. I'd love to hear about your experience, anything that felt supportive or helpful to you, so that might help me. With family or work or whoever in your life, you may also bring forward that message of, hey, I'm on this journey and I would love for you to check in with me and see how I'm doing in a no pressure sort of way, just so I know that you're, thinking about me and that I'm not alone on this process. More often, the women that I work with feel more guarded and more in the desire of wanting to protect their privacy, or really having this feeling of the fertility journey being one that's quite vulnerable. So communicating and setting boundaries in the other direction can be helpful. Usually that's related to inbound questions, advice, or stories. So if someone that you know starts telling you a story or giving advice that feels fear-based or invasive or not supportive, just simply nipping it in the bud by explaining to them that you really, appreciate their fill in the blank. However, at this time, you're really trying to create space and have a clear channel for you on your journey. So you'd appreciate not hearing outer stories or advice at this time as it relates to pregnancy, babies, etc. If people ask, oh, are you thinking about getting pregnant, or how far along are you, or blah, 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 all these questions that can feel like, oh my God, please leave me alone. Being really firm energetically, as well as with your language, being really clear and saying to that person or those people, This is a journey that we're really keeping to ourselves right now, and we really appreciate you respecting our boundaries. We will come to you with any updates or news as we feel ready. And it's really important to know that it's not just what you're saying or how, but also how you're saying that, and the kind of energetic boundary that you are creating around you. And don't feel worried about hurting anyone's feelings or offending anyone. That's not your responsibility. At this point in time, based on where you're at, your number one priority is protecting you and your family. And trust me when I say, once that boundary has been set and has been reinforced, you will feel more safe and more open on this path forward. It's not always easy at the beginning, but it's absolutely something that with practice does become easier. So that's something that also connects with conversations with your partner. Make sure that you are able to connect with what does feel supportive for you in the context of your relationship. Whether it's having conversations, asking questions, seeing how you're doing, or vice versa. Really checking in with each other so you know how you can best be aligned and really be in the position of being on the same team during this process. Because as you have probably heard, fertility has the whole spectrum, lots of twists and turns, unexpected, and very little feels like it's in our control. And so we want to make sure that we feel like we are on the same team and supporting and being supported by that person who is creating the baby with us. And I just wanted to put this forward because it's a topic that's often overlooked when there's focuses on things like detoxing or IVF or weight loss or other elements of fertility. There's a lot to look at before a baby even comes into this world, but this is one that can make a big difference. So thank you, and know that I'm here if you have questions or want to connect about this topic or anything else related to the process of getting pregnant. Have a wonderful day.